Adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency, Ventures Level 2, Unit 5, review of Lesson C on page 62. Frequency. We talked about this on Wednesday. Here we see a list of the adverbs of frequency. Along the side here, next to it we see 100% frequency, always. And as we go down the list, the things happen less frequently. We're talking about how often things happen. So never is 0%, always 100%. And as we move up a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more until we get to 100%. So let's look here at these practice questions and talk about them. In this picture here, we have a family, and we see that the mother's name is Teresa. Teresa always drives to work in the morning. So always, 100% of the time, she drives to work. So drives is a verb, just a regular verb here. So we know that the adverb comes before. Teresa always drives to work in the morning. Here, we need to make a sentence with the adverb rarely. She is rarely late. So rarely means the opposite of what we're seeing. She is rarely late. She is almost never late. She is on time most of the time. She arrives to work on time. She is rarely late. So here we have the verb be, and we see up here that with the verb be, we put the adverb after the verb. So that's what we have here. Now, and we see her husband standing in the doorway, and we see that her husband usually is the adverb, walks to work. Walks is a verb, so it's not be. Her husband usually, before the verb, walks to work. So that means that most of the time he walks to work. But he sometimes takes a taxi. The adverb that we have is sometimes. He sometimes takes a taxi. Maybe it's raining outside and he doesn't want to walk in the rain, so sometimes, on some days, he takes a taxi to work. Maybe their family only has one car. His wife has the car at work, so he has to take a taxi. He never drives. He never drives because maybe he can't. Again, maybe his wife has the family's car. We see their daughter. Their daughter always rides her bike to school. Rides, verb. Their daughter always rides her bike to school 100% of the time. Their daughter rides her bike. She always rides her bike every day. She is often tired in the morning. Often, here with the verb be, she is. Often, it comes after the verb. She is often tired in the morning. And I know a lot of us can relate to that, being tired in the morning. But her daughter is rarely absent from school. Rarely is the adverb. Absent means not present. Not present, remember we said with rarely and hardly ever? It means the opposite. So here, her daughter is rarely absent from school. It means her daughter is at school most of the time. Most of the time, she is rarely absent. She is at school most days. Teresa goes to the library on Sunday, so she never goes. We see here that the adverb is never. Go, verb, not be. Teresa never goes to the library on Sunday. Maybe the library is closed on Sunday, or maybe they like to have family time. So she never goes to the library on Sunday. And here, her husband is hardly ever sick. The verb is be. We see is. So the adverb comes after the verb, hardly ever sick. Remember, it means the opposite. It means he is well most of the time. He is hardly ever sick. He is healthy most of the time. So it does mean the opposite there. So remember, hardly ever and rarely mean the same thing. So I hope this has been helpful, and we'll continue to go over this in class. And thank you so much, class, for listening.